So I'm sure that a lot of you are out there looking for an S197 Ford Mustang GT, like this one right here. Mine is quite rare. It's Legend Lime clear coat, medium parchment interior, manual transmission GT. It's one of 300. And you just might find one for yourself as well, or in a different color if you don't like this one. Prices for the S197 Ford Mustang GT are plummeting. The V6s are going even lower. It makes sense. But there are things you need to know before getting your very own Ford Mustang GT from this generation. Now this is a pretty picture. Do you want to see what's not a pretty picture? This. A common problem with Mustang GTs and V6s in this generation. A lot of people warned me that it was going to come all the way down, and well, as of right now, the only thing holding it up is packaging tape. Yeah, kind of gross. Make sure that this isn't coming down at all, and if it is, use it as a sales leveraging point to try to drive the price down. If it hasn't happened to you and you own one of these cars, it will. A lot of these cars had some gauge cluster issues, so that's another thing you're going to have to look out for. They might be a little hard for you to see right now, but in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, that's the gas gauge in my car, and it's not even pointing to a gas level. I'm not a big leather guy, and by that I mean leather is the bane of my existence on a hot day. That's why I got these seat covers. Even cheap seat covers like these will do, and they match the interior quite well. The leather in these Mustang GTs is actually quite nice. Make sure that there aren't any cracks in them. When I got mine, there were a few cracks, but it wasn't anything serious, and it looked pretty wrinkled. The Ford Mustang has been, is, and will probably continue to be one of the easiest performance cars to work on. So let's take an inside look. Make sure you check out the spark plugs before you buy this car. And generally inspect the entire engine bay. It should look relatively clean. A lot of these engines are bound to have some aftermarket parts, such as this cold air intake. It does give the car an exceptional sound. I would highly recommend it if you're looking for some cheap, quick aftermarket parts that aren't going to shorten the length of your engine life. Everything in this engine bay is pretty far apart, so everything's pretty easy to work on as a result. But you can't talk about the engine of this car without mentioning the spark plugs, which are a huge pain in the neck. These spark plugs have a two-piece construction, which makes them exceptionally difficult to get out, replace, or work on. Another thing that you're going to want to inspect on this car when you buy it are the tires. A lot of Mustang owners, before they give up their Mustangs, like to have a little bit of fun. Make sure that the tires aren't too low. As for me, I'm more of an all-original guy, so I actually really like the stock bullet rims. But if you'd like to customize your pony, there are plenty of custom wheels available. One potential problem people see with the stock rims is the fact that there's a ton of wheel gap, about this much. So a lot of things about this car will really catch you off guard. The performance is one thing, the alarm system is another. See, Ford doesn't just want some random guy reaching in your car trying to snatch your GPS while it's parked. I don't know why you'd park your car with the windows down, but if you've done that and the alarm is on and you reach in, that happens. For me, picking the Ford Mustang GT was a no-brainer. It's very easy to see the appeal. And Mustangs run in my family. If you pick this car, know what you're getting yourself into. A fun time. I guarantee that you'll love your Ford Mustang GT.